As a Jamaican who has grown up only in Jamaica, I can honestly only talk about Jamaica. And today we're going to be focusing on, is Jamaica really in a literacy crisis? Hello, my name is Ellie, short for Elysian, and today we're going to be talking about, is Jamaica really in a literacy crisis? To do so, we would need to ask ourselves some questions. And this video is basically that. Searching for this video, I found I found a video. My phone is dying. I found a video speaking on the troubling number of students going into grade 7 high school who are unable to read and write. As an educator in the high school under the apps approach, which focuses on these students, I would like to speak my truth. Kinda. The writer in the Jamaica Observer, which was published June 2026, spoke on the staggering amount of students who could not do basic maths and had trouble identifying letters. She mentioned a prominent high school in Kingston, Jamaica, and she stated that 70% out of 220 students entering grade 7 could not read and write and was even struggling to identify letters like ABCD. When looking at this, we have to ask ourselves, are we the problem? Is we, meaning educators? And under this article, a commenter asked, why is it that students entering high school from primary school are dunce? Is it that the educators at this level is also dunce? Speaking as an educator, dunce would be the incorrect word to use. Sometimes we have to also look at the background development of these students, but we'll probably get into that in our next video. We're just speaking on the literacy crisis. If you know, see me, I look over here, sir, because my notebook over here. So she stated that this prominent high school, these students could not function at high school level, but they were forced to be teaching the grade 7 curriculum to these students and had to go back to teaching primary school level at the high school level. She was saying that, hello, we are high school teachers. How, why are we being forced? Basically, as I mentioned, I am also an educator in an high school. So this did not come as that much of a shock to me because I too am an educator. In my department, the apps department, we are asked to focus on these students, like help them try, to reach at least grade 5 level so they can function a little bit better in the high school. What I have come what I have come to learn in my year of teaching under this program is that students don't try. And to reference back the article a while ago, she stated that students who are not understanding might struggle, like behavioral, because they must struggle basically. I found that this could be either, I personally think that this could be either a lack of interest in the education system and a lack of reading, or it's because parents don't read to their kids anymore. Remember the days, guys, me young, I'm just 21, but remember the days when parents used to read to children bedtime stories, and even reading. Let's not talk about like reading from a book, storytelling. You sit down around a fire, you talk, family dinners, story tell. that is basically also reading. You're telling a story, right? And the parents don't read to their children anymore, right? And if you're a parent watching this, I am not attacking you, girlie. I'm not attacking you, mama. I'm not attacking you, sir. I'm just saying. I also grew up with a busy mother who had to work to make ends meet, so or else we could eat. So I understand. But the difference is I had Wattpad, they have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. What else? They have so much different resources, guys. So much different apps that they could be using. And we come to the question, is social media causing a literacy crisis? We don't know, but that's what we're trying to answer in this video. In another article by the Jamaica Observer published in April 2026, it asks the question, why are students losing interest in reading? The writer goes on to say that structural inequality in the education system might be one. To paraphrase, I will leave all the links below if you're interested in reading these articles. To paraphrase, this writer is basically saying that some schools might get more resources, well, resources, what was that the word she used? No, better resources basically to aid in the reading process, while some schools might get less resources, leading to a staggering difference in the schools. She also mentioned that along with increased screen time than before nowadays a parent hear a child cry, they give them one iPad, go sit down, use this, go watch TV, go watch TikTok, 30-second TikTok, we're not TikTok, addicted. 6 hours later, you're wondering where my time was at. Right. It's the same thing in babies, along with lack of parental involvement. And I had to look into myself basically. What was she talking about with lack of parental involvement? And as an educator, it really shows when a child's parent is not involved. And it might sound like me a judge. I promise you, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm just saying. But we have to look into ourselves as parents. Are we reading to our children? When was the last time I told this child a story? When was the last time I, as a parent, picked up a book to read? I'm not even talking about a physical book, I'm talking about even an audiobook. When was the last time I comprehended something that was not a 30-second TikTok or a 30-second Instagram reel? When was the last time I did something with my brain other than scrolling on TikTok for 6 hours? Yeah. How are we as parents expecting? I'm not a parent. I'm a young hoe. Anyways, how are we as parents expecting our children to be literate when we ourselves are illiterate? According to Radio Jamaica News Online, the Ministry of Education only started implementing reading as a timetabled subject April 2026, saying that reading needs to have 2 hour slots per week. This should be implemented at grade 1 to 3. My question to that is, ministry, members of parliament, what happens after grade 3? What happens when those children still cannot read? How do they go about? We're talking about our future generation here. We're talking about our future lawyers, our future teachers, our future bank tellers. What happens then? And this is just saying to say that as a nation, we, the parents, need to start stepping up. The government needs to start at holding our parents accountable, and the teachers in the education system need to be a little bit better at holding these parents accountable. I know, as a future educator, I know. I'm not trying to be harsh or anything, but the parents, it all starts at home, and I fear that we in Jamaica are indeed in a literacy crisis. There is an article, I don't remember. I will either drop it on the screen or leave it in the description, but it says that 33% of students are leaving primary school illiterate and going into high schools illiterate. Is that not shocking to everybody else? What's happening? And they are going to be leaving high schools illiterate unless something serious is done about it. But that is my 2 cents. Please drop in the comments if you think Jamaica is in a literacy crisis or is just that we're go through a problem right now, and we soon get over it. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Make sure to like and subscribe if you are looking for more bookish content, and I talk about books, bookish problems, and Jamaica. See you when I see you. Bye.